checking in again, smooth shaven, like a baby. I'm back home in Tennessee, and with the change of environment, change of scenery, I've had an opportunity to kind of dwell a little bit and experience some of my feelings since I'm not around everybody all the time. And I've felt that heaviness in my chest and the tightness in my throat sort of welling up, grief and sadness kind of asserting themselves. And my initial tendency and persistent tendency is to not share. It's my style. But I'm going to deliberately share, and I'm going to deliberately start with a gratitude inventory. Something Dan actually did, and something notably that one of my best friends, an atheist, by the way, does regularly, and she shares them publicly, which is an interesting part of it. It's not just a private gratitude list, it's a public gratitude list. There's something to that, and I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's significant. At any rate, to try to orient myself properly, I think it's key to start out with gratitude, and then I can feel free to bitch and moan however much I want after that. But I need to put some perspective to it. So I'm going to start with you. I'm on my way to my men's group, so I guess that could be gratitude number one, because I have been away from my men's group for probably at least a month right now, even though I have checked in with my accountability partner from time to time, just not regularly. So gratitude number one is that I'm returning to my men's group. It does definitely help me regulate my emotions and to feel part of community again, which is a huge support. And along those lines, community, I'm just so grateful for the support you all poured out to my family and me over the last few weeks. Oh, more than that, really, but I was most directly involved for the last 3 weeks, and so much support from Dan's Panda family, and also from Dan's friends, who I now count many as my own friends, who have just spent themselves. And I just mentioned a few names: Andy and Christy and Reb and Tyler, notably, and certainly not at all the only, so many more, Chip and others, but like a lot. Gave me ideas, saved me money, eased my anxieties about literally so many things. So thank you. And then, I've been estranged from my family, and that actually went a lot better, despite some hiccups that it could have. I was able to go to the gym semi-regularly, and sort of stay in shape this whole time, which helped me feel better, and also, helped me feel better and look better, I suppose. I got a rental car upgrade. It's probably some kind of gimmick, but it was free, and I did like my rental car. Dan's death itself was about as peaceful and memorable and special as it could have been. I'm so deeply glad that I was there to share those last moments with him, and I'm grateful for the many of you who suggested that I stay an extra day. I wound up staying a lot longer than that, but I did stay to be there for it. I had a very long drive on my way home, and that itself is kind of miraculous, because I wound up postponing my flight twice, and I just wound up canceling the second time, getting another rental car. I had to get another different rental car to drive one way back. Just had some of my own luggage and then some of Dan's things that I was able to take with me, so that I'll have some memories of him, and some of the things he has were, I needed some pots and pans. But the long and the short of it is, there's a super long drive. It took me into the night, gosh, that was actually a concern of mine because I was so tired and I was just not in a great frame of mind. But I was safe the whole way. I was able to see a dear friend and 4 of her 7 children on the way back in Dallas. That was pretty nice. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. That's a good beginning to my inventory. And I've mentioned, I think once, that G.K. Chesterton said that the greatest of poems is an inventory, and he was couching that in the story of Robinson Crusoe, how after he crashed on the boat on that island, everything he found was like the perfect thing because it had been saved from disaster. So just an ordinary kitchen tool was somehow the greatest thing. And he said, in reality, a lot of life is just like that. Everything has been saved from disaster. So that helps me orient my thoughts properly if I consider it in those terms. Now the other side of the inventory, now I can gripe a little bit. My house is a mess. That's my fault. I haven't devoted enough time to keeping it. I mean, it's not the worst mess. It's sanitary, but it's just not in my standard of shape. Also, when I got back, I left in such a hurry to go see Dan because his death was imminent, as far as I knew. That I didn't take out the trash before I left, and I think I just cut up a pineapple, thrown some banana peels and stuff in there, and the gnats loved it. So I came back. I opened up my trash can. It was a disaster. So I had to clean that, wash that out last night. I'm also, with all this stuff, it was an emotionally very trying time. Not just my own emotions, but other people's emotions. Some were directed at me from people I know and caught me off guard, and some of them I kind of expected, but always at not very opportune moments. That was very difficult. So it was it was not unto death, though, so I guess that counts as a gratitude as well. It was expensive, very expensive, and it's sandwiched between. I'm sandwiched in between right now. All that going on, and then the deployment. And the deployment itself is stressful, of course, even though I've done it many times, multiple times. But what I always hate is leaving my daughters. It just makes me so sad inside to contemplate. And I know once I'm gone, it's somehow a little better. But I just feel this great sense of loss as I deploy for most of a year at a time, knowing that they're still young and every month this brings changes. They're going to start school here very soon, and I'm going to miss essentially this whole school year and everything and all of life that goes along with it. So I'm going to see them, God willing, this weekend, and then I'll be gone. So that's the other side of my inventory. I have to be honest about both sides, but I feel as though I need to start with gratitude to properly give context. Anyway, I'm very, very grateful for you all who want to somehow listen to me and see my face. Not quite as grizzled with facial hair as it was before, because I'm back at work today. They don't really tolerate beards. So, retirement soon enough, I hope. That's all for now. I'm going to leave you tonight. Glad to be going to my men's group. I'll let you know how that goes maybe next time I post.